In a quiet village nestled among gentle green hills, lived Leo, a boy whose heart held a dream far bigger than himself. Not of kites or climbing trees, but of one day becoming a doctor, someone who could bring hope and healing to those around him. Leo's dream was born the day his beloved grandmother fell ill. He watched, helpless, as his family waited anxiously for help that was miles away, wishing he could do something more. That moment planted a seed deep in his heart, a promise to himself that he would learn to heal, so no one in his village would ever have to wait in fear or pain again. Every night, Leo would gaze up at the endless stars, whispering his secret promise to the sky. I will be a doctor. I will help everyone I can, no matter how hard it is. This dream became his strength, shaping his days and filling his mornings with purpose, even when the world felt quiet and small. Even as a child, Leo tried to mend broken wings of birds and gently wrapped bandages around his friends' scraped knees, practicing kindness and care in every small way he could. His gentle hands and warm smile were already healing hearts, showing that even the smallest acts of kindness could make a difference. The journey ahead would be long and sometimes difficult, but Leo's dream shone like a guiding star, lighting his path through every challenge. He knew his dream wasn't just for himself, it was for his family, his friends, and everyone he loved in the village who believed in him. Each day, Leo worked hard and hoped even harder, tending to his dream like a tiny plant, watering it with effort and care, watching it grow stronger. The thought of one day helping his village made every challenge, every chore, and every lesson worthwhile, no matter how tough things became. Leo's heart overflowed with hope, and his dream became the map that would guide him on his journey, step by step. As the sun rose over the mountains, they watched quietly as Leo, full of courage and hope, began to walk his path toward a future he could only imagine. Leo's village, called Whispering Winds, was a place where everyone knew each other and life moved at a gentle, unhurried pace. The days began with the sound of roosters crowing and neighbors calling out cheerful greetings as they passed along the dusty paths. In this close-knit community, every face was familiar and every story was shared. Leo lived with his loving family in a small, weathered cottage, where laughter filled the air and warmth was found in simple joys. Though they had little in terms of wealth, their hearts were rich with happiness and hope for the future. His parents, always encouraging, supported Leo's dream, even though they knew the path ahead would be filled with challenges and uncertainty. The village had no hospital and only a tiny school with a single teacher who taught all the children together in one room. But Leo loved learning more than anything else, often staying late after lessons to ask questions and read whatever books he could find. He read his few treasured books until the pages wore thin, especially those about the wonders of the human body and the mysteries of medicine. Evenings were spent together as a family, gathered by candlelight, sharing stories and singing songs that echoed through the quiet night, teaching Leo the value of hard work, kindness, and care for others. He dreamed of becoming a doctor, not just to learn about science, but to protect his village's way of life and bring healing to those he loved most. Leo's greatest wish was to keep his home healthy and happy, so that the wind would always whisper tales of love, hope, and togetherness through the fields of whispering winds. Before dawn, Leo would quietly rise, careful not to wake his family. He'd look out at the stars, feeling their silent encouragement. His morning was simple: a splash of cool water, a clean uniform, and a warm breakfast from his mother. She'd smile, reminding him to eat well for the long walk ahead. Their quiet mornings were full of love and understanding. Leo packed his worn books, checked his shoes, and stood at the door, grateful for his home. With a deep breath, he stepped into the darkness, heart full of hope. Each step was for his family and his dream. The path was long, but Leo was ready. His journey began before the world awoke. Every morning, he walked toward a future he was determined to build. Leo's walk to school was nearly 7 miles, rough, dusty, and sometimes muddy. His shoes were old, often carried around his neck when the path was too harsh. He faced heat, rain, and tiredness, but never complained. The journey was his road to the future, and he embraced every challenge. Along the way, he watched the world wake up, birds, monkeys, even shy deer. He learned from nature, naming trees and flowers, finding beauty in every step. The walk taught him patience and resilience. It was more than a route to school. It was a lesson in itself. Leo's determination grew with every mile. The world around him became his classroom. Leo's journey was brightened by small acts of kindness that seemed to appear just when he needed them most. Each day as he set out along the dusty road, he never knew what gentle surprises awaited him. Grandma Willow would offer him sweet lime and encouragement, her warm smile making the world feel a little less lonely. She always had a gentle word or a story to share, reminding Leo that kindness could be found in the simplest moments. Mr. Gopal, the cart driver, sometimes gave him a ride and stories from the town. The bumpy cart rides were filled with laughter and tales of distant places, making Leo's journey feel like an adventure. His teacher, Mr. Verma, saw Leo's thirst for knowledge and lent him books, staying after school to help. Mr. Verma believed in Leo's dreams, patiently answering his questions and encouraging him to reach higher. Villagers cheered him on, farmers waved, women smiled, wishing him success. Their greetings filled Leo with hope and made him feel like he belonged to something bigger than himself. These gestures, fruit, a ride, a kind word, nourished Leo's spirit and gave him strength to keep going, even when the road felt endless. They reminded him he was not alone, that a whole community stood behind him, cheering him on every step of the way. His community believed in him, making the long road feel lighter and his dreams seem closer than ever before. Every act of kindness was a step closer to his dream, each one building his confidence and determination. Leo's determination was fueled by the love around him, and he carried that love with him wherever he went. The villagers' support made his dream feel possible, turning every challenge into a reason to keep moving forward. Even on the hardest days, he felt carried by their hope, their faith in him lifting his spirits when he felt tired or uncertain. Leo walked for himself, but also for everyone who believed in him, knowing that every step he took was a tribute to their kindness and belief. As Leo walked, his mind was busy with lessons, hopes, and dreams for the future. He repeated facts, imagined healing with local plants, and pictured his future clinic, filled with laughter and care. Doubts crept in. Was his dream too big for a poor village boy like him to achieve? But thoughts of his family's sacrifices and their warm smiles pushed him forward every single day. Nature inspired him. Small seeds became mighty trees, and gentle streams grew into powerful rivers. He learned that great things, no matter how impossible, always start small. Leo's journey was like a stream flowing steadily toward the vast ocean of his dream. Each step, no matter how hard or tiring, brought him closer to his goal. His determination was as steady and unshakable as the mountains. Hope rose with the sun, gently guiding him onward every morning. At last, Leo would see the whitewashed school, his heart lifting. The school bell's clang was a call to knowledge, a promise of new beginnings. Leo entered the classroom, no longer just a boy who walked far, but a student hungry to learn. Every lesson was a brick in the foundation of his future. He knew the road ahead would be long, more studies, more challenges, but he was ready, his resolve stronger with every step. The morning walk was a daily pilgrimage for his dream. One day he would walk a new path, as a doctor, ready to heal. The bell rang not just for school, but for the future Leo was building. Each day he moved closer to his dream, and with every step, hope grew brighter.